This is a really quick, simple, easy pudding to make. So get your pens and pieces of paper out and jot down the recipe. It's really simple. Rosie, to start with, I've got some souffle ramekins here. I want you to butter the inside of them and then put some sugar in there and roll it around. So it's got a coating of the sugar and butter on the inside. Stops it from sticking and also makes it delicious. While you're doing that, I'm going to grab 1 egg out of here. Free-range organic eggs, nice and delicious. Crack it into my bowl. So 1 egg to start with. And then I've got 1.5 cups of self-raising flour. I'm using cake flour, which makes it nice and soft and fluffy. Just like me, really, Rosie. What do you think?
So if you're a new baker, that's kind of handy because they've done all the thinking for you of how the flour needs to be.
Exactly, and makes it nice and tasty. I've got 1 cup of beautiful milk, Australian milk. Every cent that goes to this dairy goes straight to the farmers. That's what it's all about. In it goes. Now, you can mix the wet ingredients and then fold through the dry ingredients. I just throw it all in at once. That's how simple and easy this is. Vanilla. Vanilla's great, got lovely flavour, and you can put as much or as little as you want. I'm going to put a big splush of it in there because I love the flavour of the vanilla. And sugar is what we want to talk about now because we need 1 full cup of sugar. Look at that lovely sugar going in there. That's what makes it sweet and delicious. And to give it a bit more lift, Rosie, baking powder. About a teaspoon of baking powder goes in there and 1/2 cup of butter. This is salted butter, so I won't put a pinch of salt into it. In it goes. I've melted the butter so it goes through nice and easily. Now, Rosie, whisking this around is all you need to do to make this cake batter come together. And if you have a look at this, Rosie, it's nice and shiny, isn't it?
It is.
Now, you can see it's got a couple of little lumps in there, and with a whisk, you just stir it around like this a few times, and all those lumps will dissolve. Now, Rosie, I'm going to get you to keep whisking that. And while you're doing that, I've got my Morello cherries. Now, these have been pitted already, and what I do is I keep the juice. I put that in the fridge because the juice from this is really nice and sweet, and you can use it for just about everything. Pop this out of the way there like that, and if you wanted to, you could actually grab some of the juice and pour it into here and stir it around so you've got the flavour going through it. How easy is that?
Great, love it.
Done, isn't it?
Love it.
Now, while you're mixing that around, I'll reach around behind you, Rosie, and grab the little dishes here, pop them into the middle. Now, Rosie, you've whisked that up beautifully. Give that a bit of a tap. There we go. And this is the fun part. You just grab the mixture like this and spoon it straight into the ramekins. Now, you don't want to have it up too high because the higher you go, it's going to rise over the top. So the trick is about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way up the side. Now, if you don't want to do this in ramekins, you could very easily do this in a cake tin, a springform cake tin. Make sure it's lined with baking paper or with sugar and butter like we've done here. There we go. Make sure we've got nice and even.
Easy, isn't it?
Like I said, it's easy peasy, and that's what it's all about. And that's why this is one of those recipes that you put on the fridge, and every time someone pops around, you just rip it off, make it up, and it's ready in no time. Now, I want you to grab some of these, pop them on top there like that, and with your finger, I want you to push them down into the batter. Push them down. I find you can fold them through, but I find that if you push them down, they hold up so much better. And the batter, the cake comes together beautifully.
It's quite fun, isn't it?
I know. And the other,
satisfying.
Exactly. And I do this with my boys, and they love doing it. You end up with batter everywhere and all over their little fingers. Push it all the way down like this. And the reason they love doing it is because they get to do this. Delicious. Now, this will go into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius. It'll take about 30 minutes to cook. Just keep an eye on it. It'll go golden on top. And when a skewer comes out nice and clean, you know it's cooked, pop it on the bench and then tuck into it. In we go. There you go, Rosie. A little bit of icing sugar on there.
This might be one of the simplest cakes you've done yet. I love this.
Nice and easy. And I'm going to get stuck into it just to show you.
Want to.
Look at that. Pull it out there. There's a little bit of cherry at the bottom there. Just simple cake.
I want some of that. Simple cake is all I want. Not many ingredients, so simple to make. Is there anything better than a cherry?
It's delicious, isn't it?
A cherry from a can, I think. Well done.